What's going on? This is EXS210L. My name is Aaron Kaiser. Today we're on the GCU track. We're going to be demonstrating pull-ups out here, and then we're going to go inside. We're going to demonstrate how to do some sit-ups. And I've got Ryan, who I'm going to be working with today, coaching him through these exercises, and it should be a good time. So with pull-ups, really all you're going to need is a bar that is tall enough to where when you're reaching onto it, your feet are off the ground. And then super simple, the way that it works in theory, all we're really working on is adduction of the shoulders pulling down this way, and then flexion of the elbows. So we're just going to be working the muscle groups that kind of work around those joints.
Okay.
So when we're doing our pull-ups, we want our hands to be about shoulder width apart, above our head. We want to have a forward grip on the bar with our hands over the top. So if we jump up here, just like this, and then what we want to do for a pull-up, we have an up phase and a down phase. So for our up phase, we're going to pull that bar all the way to our chest. And then for the down phase, we're going to go right back down. Just easy, and then you can repeat that.
Go for it.
So for the up phase, our concentric motions are going to be in our biceps, our lats, our pecs, and our rhomboids. And then eccentrically, we're going to be moving our traps, delts, and our triceps. Okay, so between our up and our down phase, we're going to be, most of our muscles that we're going to be working are going to be isometric, which means that they're not moving they're not shortening or lengthening, but the contraction is staying still. And then during our down phase, our eccentric movements, where our muscle is lengthening, is going to be in our biceps, our lats, our pecs, and our rhomboids.
Okay, go.
Okay, during our down phase, the concentric muscle actions are going to be in our traps, our delts, and our triceps. And those are going to be contracting during our down phase. Awesome. All right, so I've got Ryan here with me, and he's going to be helping me. I'm going to demonstrate for him how to do some pull-ups, and we're going to do some sit-ups inside. So, did you watch that form part? No? Okay. So, with pull-ups, what we're really trying to strengthen is our back muscles. We want to work those as much as possible, so we want to make sure that when we're doing our pull-ups, we're keeping our back straight. We don't want any rounding in the shoulders. We want to have good posture. We also want to make sure that we're not too far off the ground, because if we do fall, we don't want to injure our legs. So those are the possible risks that we're going to be experiencing doing pull-ups. Also, don't want to have too much stress on our shoulders, so not too much extra weight. You want to really manage what you're doing. So any augmentations that you would make, any adjustments that you would make to the pull-up exercise would be adding weight to your lower body. That would help you kind of create more resistance when you're going up with that pulling up motion. And so if you add too much weight, you just want to make sure that you're not putting too much stress on your shoulders, because you can tear your rotator cuff. Other than that, straight back, keep an open chest, and just really focus on staying straight through the up and the down of that pull-up motion. And then don't sway too much, just because you don't want to fall. So if you want to try it out, Ryan's going to go ahead and hop up, and he's going to show us what we've done. Okay, so what Ryan just demonstrated for us, although we did want to do some pull-ups, the way that we're pulling, we want to make sure that our hands are overhand, that we're using a forward grip on that bar. So if we go like this, we're going to be really focusing on this biceps. With a pull-up, we don't really want to work the biceps as much. We're trying to build strength in our back. So if you want to try again with that forward motion and try to hit that back a little bit more, other than that, look great, nice and straight. Yeah, just like that. Hop up. Sweet. So how do you feel after that?
Feel good.
Feel like the back's moving?
Yeah, I felt it on the stretch.
Okay, awesome. So those are pull-ups. Then we're gonna move inside. We're gonna continue with sit-ups. Sweet. So now that we're inside, we're gonna be working on sit-ups. And so our sit-ups, our joint action is gonna be hip flexion. And the way that we're gonna be doing that is with our hip flexors, and then our rectus abdominis, our obliques, and then our lower back and our glutes are gonna be our secondary movers. So let's get into a demonstration. We're gonna have an up and a down phase, just like with our pull-ups. And the up is gonna be mostly concentric in all of our primary movers. So we're gonna be shortening the length of those abs and our obliques and our hip flexors. And then for the eccentric motion in the up, our stretching is gonna be in our lower back and our glutes. And then for the down portion, we're gonna be looking at eccentric motions in our abs and our obliques and our hip flexors. And then we're also gonna see concentric motions in our glutes and lower back. We're gonna do a demonstration of our sit-ups. So I'm gonna get up, down on the ground, and I'm gonna bend my knees. I'm gonna have Ryan hold my feet just because I don't want my knees to come up or my feet to come up while I'm doing the sit-up. And I just wanna have kind of a good angle right here, and I'm gonna lay it perfectly flat on the ground. And I'm gonna fold my arms across my chest. I don't want my arms to do any of the work while I'm doing this. I want everything to be coming from here, 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 you know, all those muscle groups that we were talking about earlier. And so with that up phase, I'm gonna keep everything straight, and I'm gonna come all the way up. And then for the down phase, I'm gonna go right, back down. Kind of controlled, slow. I wanna go about half a second up, half a second down, 1 second, or 2 seconds for like the whole thing. Now we're inside with Ryan, and we're gonna be working through sit-ups. So we know that hip flexion is gonna be our main mover. And so the whole purpose of us doing sit-ups is we wanna really strengthen that core. And then the lower back muscles are gonna be assisted, like kind of helped as well, especially with posture. It's gonna improve your posture in your lower back. Any risks that we're gonna have is gonna happen with that lower back. So again, we wanna make sure that we're totally straight with our back when we're coming up in that up and down motion, just so that we can keep that posture good. We don't wanna round our back because that can cause some issues down the line. Other than that, just, yeah, straight back, open chest, keep those hands across, like right here, so we can really isolate those abs, so we can do that really good. So if you wanna get down. All right, whenever you're ready.
Like that?
Awesome. Okay, so what we saw with Ryan, I just want to let you know that your back was a little bit rounded. We don't want to totally round our back because that can cause some injuries down the line, as we discussed earlier. So just try to keep that back really straight. And then also with your arms, we don't want to totally swing forward because we want to make sure that all of our strength and all that motion is coming from our abs. So if we just keep those arms across the chest, keep that back straight, and I think you'll be in totally perfect position. So let's try it.
So here.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Yep. All right, you're good. Sweet. So that was pull-ups and sit-ups for EXS210L, a little coaching demonstration. I would like to thank Ryan for joining me today, and I'd like to thank Eddie Smith for being a wonderful professor. And bless up. Thank you.